Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. As a parent, watching our kids grow up, we often think about what are the values we want to pass down to them. What are the ideals we'd like them to take with them as they go on in their lives? And what were the values that were passed down to us from our own parents and that we carry with us and are part of how we walk in the world? So our parsha this week is all about the blessings that Jacob gives to his children and his grandchildren. And of course, the Torah is full of values, full of ideals, full of all kinds of morals and ethics and spiritual and religious commandments. But in our parsha, there's something very unique. And at the beginning of the portion, before Jacob gives all of the blessings to his sons, he first turns to Joseph, his son, and he says, I would like to ask you just one thing. I have one thing to ask of you, one loving kindness that I would like you to make an oath for me. And it's not, he doesn't say only to do an oath, but he says this is in ancient times the most personal, intimate thing you could ask of a family member. And he says, I want you to put your hand on my thigh and promise to me that you're going to bury me in Israel. And this was not only in Israelite culture, but throughout the Near East. It was the kind of promise you would do only with someone you were very, very close to. And so he makes his promise. He makes his promise something that was so important to Jacob, that was so close to his heart. And it wasn't only about high ideals, but it was just something he could feel in his very inner being that was so important. His very flesh, it was concrete, something so close to what he wanted. And there's only one other place in the whole Torah where the same kind of promise is made, and that's when Abraham asks his servant Eliezer, who is his most trusted servant, who came with him to Canaan, and he says to him also in his older years, and he says, Eliezer, put your hand on my thigh and swear to me that you'll go find a wife for my son Isaac. And it's another moment where he has this really personal need, and he's asking Eliezer to fulfill it. He's wanting, of course, for his own son's success and happiness, but it's also about something else. It's also about wanting Jewish continuity, right? What are the two innermost blessings in this, through these two oaths? One is connection to the land of Israel, and the other is Jewish continuity, and just happiness and joy for our children. And they knew how easily those two things could be lost. And so they made it the innermost, most important, most concrete demand that they could make of Eliezer and of Joseph. And it was so close to their heart, they couldn't bear the thought of their children losing it. And so they said, give this oath to you and make this oath. Please do what you can to help our family line continue, do what we can to keep that connection to Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.